You're not ungrateful. You're awake. This is the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours. Come in.
You are talking in a meeting, maybe, or with a friend, and the word, a completely normal word, one you've used 100 times, is just gone. You know the shape of it, you could describe it, but you can't find it. So you smile. You say the word is escaping you, you keep going. Nobody notices. But inside, something colder runs through you. A question you don't say out loud. Is something wrong with me? If that question has been showing up lately, this episode is for you. So, last episode, we talked about what's happening in your body right now. The sleeplessness, the mood, the heat. We named perimenopause honestly and without drama. Today, I want to go deeper into one part of that, the fog, the forgetting, the brain that feels like it's running slower than it used to. Because I know that of everything I named last time, this one probably scared you the most. You're you're the sharp one, the focused one, the woman people come to because you think clearly and remember everything. And you know you're losing words, mind sentence, or mid-sentence, sorry, mid-sentence, and walking into rooms and forgetting why. So let me say the most important thing first, right at the start. You are not losing your mind. It's fog. And fog is not the same as decline. They feel similar in the moment. They are completely different things. So let's look at why. So, what's actually going on? Your body is going through a hormonal shift. And one of the things that shifts is estrogen. Estrogen doesn't only affect your mood and your sleep, it also supports how well your brain works day to day, especially your working memory. That's the part of your brain that holds things in place while you're using them. A name, a word, maybe a thought you were just having. When estrogen moves around, and in perimenopause it moves a lot up and down, sometimes in the same week, that working memory gets less reliable, not broken, just less steady than you are used to. And then add sleep to it. So we named last time that sleep is one of the first things to go. And here is the thing about sleep and your brain. Even one or two bad nights make it harder to find words, hold thoughts, or focus. So it's one of the most well documented facts about how humans work. So you might have two things happening at once: a hormonal shift affecting your working memory, and broken sleep making everything worse on top of that. And here is a third thing. When you're sitting in that moment, word gone, heart slightly faster, and the fear shows up. Is something wrong with me? The fear itself makes it harder to find the word. So, stress and anxiety tighten your thinking. The fear of fog creates more fog. That's not a correct or flaw, that's how your human body works. None of this means your mind is failing. It means your mind is operating inside a body that's going through something real, and that something has a name, and it passes. Okay, let's talk about fear, because I think the fear is going more damaged than the fog. Here's what happened. You lose a word, and you don't just think, oh, my brain is a bit foggy today, or you think, what if this is the beginning of something? What if I'm not who I was? What if I'm losing the one thing that has always felt like mine, my mind? That's a big jump from one word to a question about your whole identity. And I understand exactly why it happens. You've built so much on being the sharp one, the clear thinker. Okay, you remember everything. And when that wobbles, even slightly, it doesn't just feel inconvenient, it feels like a threat to everything. And here's the important difference you need to know. Fog goes up and down. It's worse on bad sleep nights and it's better on easier days. It fluctuates. Some mornings you feel completely clear, some afternoons everything is slow. That fluctuation is the sign that's how fog is working, okay? So you know when this is happening, you know this is fog. Decline doesn't work like that. Decline moves in one direction steadily, without good days, what you're describing, the word that sometimes doesn't come, the thought that occasionally slips, that's fog, not decline. So decline is like steady moving on. And I want to say something clearly because I take this seriously and I won't pretend a podcast can replace a doctor, okay? If you are experiencing or if your experience feels like it's getting steady worse, not up and down, but consistently worse over months, please take that to your doctor. Not because something is definitely wrong, but because you deserve a real conversation with someone who can actually look at your situation. For most of you listening to this, in this stage of life with this set of symptoms, this fog. So, no worry, it's real, it's hormonal, it's tied to your sleep, and for most of us, it eases as your body settles. The sharpest woman in the room can still have foggy days. That doesn't make her less sharp, it makes her human. So, what can you do with this? So, I have three small things for you. So, nothing dramatic, nothing that needs a full life overhaul. And these three things are like first, have a line ready for the moment. So when the word doesn't come, instead of the spiral, something wrong with me, what does this mean? Try this instead. This is fog. It passes. I'm okay. Say it quietly inside your head. You're not trying to fix the fog. You're stopping the fear from making it worse. Second, let the pause be a pause. If you lose a word in a conversation, you don't need to panic and you don't need to perform convenience you don't feel. Give me a second. The word's not coming. It's a completely normal, completely human thing to say. Say it calmly, without panic underneath it. It reads as exactly what it is, a small, ordinary, momentary pause. Nobody thinks less of you for it. They don't even remember it. And third, Sleep matters more right now than it usually does. We have already named that broken sleep is part of what's driving the fog. You can't always control the hormone piece, but if there are small things you haven't tried yet, then the room temperature in the late evening phone us the coffee that's slightly too late, they are worth more attention right now than at other points in your life. So look on what do you do before you go to sleep, and maybe you will see a pattern what it's not so healthy and what is not helpful before going to sleep. And maybe you can reduce this or you can cut it off and do something else instead. And I want to say one thing here, and I want to say it directly. Be as kind to yourself on foggy days as you would be to a friend describing the exact same thing. If she came to you and said, I keep losing words and I'm scared, you wouldn't think less of her. You would say, that sounds like a hard season. You are still you. So say that to yourself. You are still you. The fog is temporary. The sharpness isn't gone. It's just moving through something the same way the rest of us do. So here are 3 things to take with you today. 1. Fog and decline are not the same things. Fog goes up and down. It's tied to hormonal shifts and broken sleep. For most of us in this stage of life, it eases as the body settles. You're not losing your mind, you're moving through something real. 2. The fear makes the fog worse. Anxiety tightens your thinking. So the spiral, what if this means something, is not helping you. It's adding to the problem. Name the fog as fog and stop the fear from piling on top. 3. Have a line ready. Have a response ready for when the word doesn't come. Something calm and simple that stops the panic. And be kind to yourself. The same kindness you would offer a friend who is scared about this. You deserve that too.
Before you go, if something here touched you, there's a quiet next step waiting. I made something for you, for when you're ready to come back to yourself. You'll find it in the show notes. Thank you for being here. This was the Dignity Room. The door stays open.